Hello, welcome back to Airbnb Clone Ruby on Rails series. This is part 54, and in previous video, we had already sent all the required information and had calculated whatever we needed for booking confirmation. So what we'll do is in this page, we'll design this page. So it will be purely UI based changes. I'll quickly let you know what all things I'll be adding. So I'll add this header. Back button, I don't think we need that. Even if we do, I'll add it. We'll see. Your trip, dates and all. I won't add edit because they can go back easily and edit it. And if you want to implement, that's fine. But I don't think we need to go in this front end part. It won't teach us anything new. Guest, we don't have it this, so we won't include this. We'll add this divider. We won't add this pay with right now. We will add this later on. Required for your trips, no, we are directly booking it. In Airbnb, what happens is you make the payment, you reserve it, but then the host needs to confirm it. Okay, in our case we'll just mark it as confirm. uh, that's how we'll implement this feature, which happens in a lot of other booking websites also, because we have already included all the availability possibilities and everything. So I think it's fine, we can book it directly. Cancellation policy, we can make this page or we can get rid of it. It's fine, we don't need to create it. Ground rules, it's a static thing. If you want to create it, it's fine. I won't create it because it's just static. And I will add the button to booking. It won't be request to book, it will be booking. And I will add this right side details of the property. That's it. Okay, so yeah, this is the UI that I'll focus on, and I won't add any IDs or JavaScript code or Ruby code. It will be just purely front-end code. So if you want to do this on your own, it's completely fine. So let's start with Tailwind, and if I can find something which is left and right in it, so that I don't need to write the entire code of segregating it and all those things. Let's see if we can find something quickly. We'll do it, otherwise we'll leave it. Let me product pages, no. Checkout pages, yeah, we'll copy this. Yes, we'll copy this one. So let's go to code, copy, and what I'll do is I'll create a template. This is just for you, so that you don't have to purchase this product. You can access it from my GitHub repository. New file underscore booking.html.arb. Let's paste it directly. Forms and aspect ratio, I'll copy this again, get rid of this, paste it here, and I'll close all other files because we don't need that. Let's minimize these things. And what did they mention? Forms and aspect ratio, let's confirm if we have it. I think we have it. We can go to config/tailwind config file, forms aspect ratio. Great, we have it. So let's get rid of this comment. Okay, and let me check how it will look on mobile. There is a menu, so let's get rid of that menu first. You see this top bar menu, and this we don't need that. Let's refresh. Yes, on mobile we don't have this menu anymore. Do we need the header? I don't think we need this header. Okay, give me a minute, I'll just close the gate. Yeah, and we don't need this footer, so let's minimize this main and let's get rid of this footer also. We'll keep background white, so let's keep it white. Refresh. Let's get rid of these and request to book. Instead of contact information, let's write respect this. Let's minimize. Nope. Form. I think we will have to change a lot of details. I'm just thinking about this. Maybe if we copy this home page, it would be much more easier actually. Let's get rid of this. I've created the template. If you want to use it, it's fine. Otherwise I won't use it. Let's go to show, copy, paste. We don't need this model, get rid of it. We don't need this model, get rid of it. We don't need this model, get rid of it. Obviously there will be some errors, but let's see. Oh, okay, there are none. Let's get rid of this heading and all. Image gallery. Sorry. Refresh. We have this. Let's get rid of this description. Refresh. We have this left, we have this right. Let's minimize this div to understand this a bit better. Booking component is right and this should be left. Let's try this. Yes, this was left. So it has a column span of 2 and it doesn't have a call span of 2 or anything. And how many column spans are there? 4. So what I'll do is 3. I'll make it 4 so that it can be 50-50, and on large I'm just thinking if it will look that great or not. It doesn't look that great, so maybe we can make it 5, 3 and 2. Looks better, and on smaller screens it will automatically shift. That's great. So now let's close this, start with this request to book instead of this. So for that let's paste this request to this, and instead of Excel let's make it to Excel. Refresh, request to book, request to book. The text looks a bit more big, so 3 Excel. Yes. Remove this div, refresh, remove this div. First I'm trying to minimize the code and then we'll see. And let's get rid of this booking component. It's not visible correctly. Why? Something is happening here. SM truncate, let's get rid of this. Looks good. And on right side we have these details. I'll show it in some time. I'll just pause it here. I have some work. Okay, let's continue. We have to show these details, right? So for that, should I create a div? Yes, this is one heading, this will be second, so let's create a div. Sorry. H3 your trip. Let's remove this leading 6 and make it Excel. Margin top 8, something like that. Let's go to booking. Okay, so your trip confirm and pay, request to book. Instead of that, let's use confirm and pay because we are not requesting, so it would be a bit better for us. Your trip details, we have to use this, so let's make it to Excel. Dates, and we'll use date on the left and right, mention it on the right side. Sorry, closed it by mistake. There is not much to talk in this video because I'm just doing CSS, HTML, CSS work, but still. And let's mention controller, bookings controller. Let's convert these to dates, proper dates. We can improve this code further. Let's get rid of this. And we don't need this return. These are all the suggestions made on previous video by one of our community members, so thanks a lot. And yeah, check-in date, checkout date. On home page we have displayed date in a 17 March, those kind of format, right? So let's try that. Nope, not in this. So maybe a controller. Let's copy this format. At that check-in date dot Will this work? Dates 22 Feb. We need it something like this, so I think it's fine. We just need gap between them, so for that what we'll do is first let's get rid of this check-in date followed by dash followed by checkout date and refresh. Looks good. Now we just have to add a space between them. For that we can use I'm not sure about these properties. Let me check Tailwind CSS. In that we can go to flex and I think justify content, space between, justify between. Okay, so justify between, this should fix this UI issue. We need margin top 4, refresh, looks better, and we need to make these bold. So for that we can use font medium, looks better. If we close this it will look like this. Maybe we can increase this between gap. So for that we can use, we have this as grid, right? Gap X can be 16. Let's make it 24. Yep. I think we'll have to make it 4 only. 50-50 should be a bit better. Yes. And anything else do you want to add here? It looks empty, but we will have to bear with it right now. And we will add this pay related details later on. So for that what we can do is we can create a div /div. I don't know how, whatever payment, I think we will integrate Stripe only. So how Stripe will provide us options for this, so I don't know about that. But I know that we'll need this heading and this won't get provided by Stripe. So for that we can use pay with class mt8 and sorry, refresh, we have used border top at a lot of places, right? Border T, I just want to know the color code, gray 300. So let's go to new, border top, border 300. This is done. So 16 and adding top 16. Instead of 16 let's make it 12 and let's make it 12. I'll make this also 12. Looks a bit consistent. And at the bottom we will use confirm and pay button similar to this reserve, but we don't need this reserve on the right side, so let's get rid of this reserve. Let's cut this. We don't need this string also, so I'll just remove it right away. And in this let's go to bottom, paste this button and we'll write confirm and pay. But I'll get rid of these things because we don't need stimulus right now. I'm just working on the UI part. Same thing, margin top 12. We can reduce the width, but I think it's fine. Or should we reduce it? I think it's fine. So later on when these UI comes, it will look a bit filled. Maybe we can copy this. I'm copying this just to fill up this empty space. It's kind of bugging me. That's it. Ground rules. Unordered list li /li, because there are 2 points in this. Li /li, and finally unordered list close. Sorry, refresh. We need to adjust the margin top and those kind of things. So we can make class margin top 8 6, and we need font to be thin, font light. Refresh, looks a bit more correct. Unordered list, change ul bullet in Tailwind CSS. List style type, okay. List disk. Refresh, and we have these bullet points. Can we make it a bit more? Nope, not decimal. Margin start 4 and margin top 4. Looks a bit better, these rules. And what else can we do? I think it's fine. Let's go on to the right side. Let's fix the height of this item first. And this item doesn't have a shadow, so let's get rid of it. So to do that, let's first fix this. This is not required. $23 already. Booking confirmation information, that's fine. We don't need these data controllers. Let's get rid of the shadow and height auto. That's first. Height is still maximum. Why is it? Let's see. Inspect. Okay, it's because of this only. So do here something like similar to auto, we have min. And it's working. We don't need this check-in and checkout date, so let's get rid of this first. Check-in, checkout, and this div. This thing is done. Let's close these. We need property details and we need price details. So price details is similar to this. So what we will do is we'll copy this your trip and three nights. Refresh. I'm just making UI correct, that's it. It looks a bit better. Total amount, we have to use it. Sorry. So let's start using these values. $67. For that we have this let's calculate number of nights. Instead of 1, let's write it as ampersand a Ruby code, which is at the rate, what's the variable name, total nights, which is actually number of nights only, but 5. Refresh. It has changed to 4. And we can make it base fare. So for that also we need this code, humanized money with symbol, and in this let's get rid of the 0 and instead use base fare. Refresh. FAIR. I think I made a mistake. I had this confusion earlier also. Fair versus fair. I think FARE is correct. FARE. FARE. So we wrote it incorrect here. Fair. And let's refresh. We don't need this current symbol here. We don't need this data target here, and we don't need this span. Refresh. This is fixed. Same I think goes for this one also. Yes. Let's do something similar for base fare. Instead of that, service fee, and let's use the same thing for total amount also. Refresh, and it's all working, looks good. Let's make the border a bit darker. So for that, border gray 300. Yep, looks a bit darker. And we'll show property details here. So for that, what I'll do is, sorry, I'll get rid of this. And we had used these details earlier, right? In share, this is similar UI, right? So I'll just directly copy it and make changes to it. Device, home, properties. In properties there should be a model, share model. We need this div. And let's indent this correctly. Wait, I've copied it incorrect thing. We just need this information. And let's indent this correctly. Refresh. Fine, we don't have content params, but we have add that property. I'll find this in this file and replace at all places. Refresh. Looks good. We need some sort of divider similar to this. So for that we need this divider, and it should be about this one. Refresh. Looks good, but the margin is way too much. We need to reduce it. Okay, now let's increase its size for image size. Instead of this, let's make it 24, or will it be too much? It's fine. And we can change the name. Sorry. MEDIUM, and let's close this span. Actually it should be div. This rating is below. It should have number of reviews also. At that property dot reviews count, I think we had this column. Refresh. 6 reviews, so let's write it. Refresh. Looks good. Let's make it bold too. So I think it should be medium in general, and make this one light. Refresh. No, don't change this one. Actually we'll keep it like this only. Margin top 4. Instead of 4, let's make it 2. and I'm happy with this UI. It looks good. It works for me. Dates are there. These details are there. uh, Base fare, service fee, total amount. Now we have to confirm and pay. And I haven't used any any classes or anything. Let me check the data attribute in general. No, there is no data attribute. So that's it for this video. In next video we will start working with Stripe. So thanks a lot. Bye bye.